So in talking about sexual abuse, again, a really difficult conversation, I think one of the best things to do sort of prior to a situation taking place is talk to your child very early on about what an appropriate touch is and what an inappropriate touch is. And what inappropriate means is that you feel uncomfortable, whatever, no matter who it is, whether it's a mommy or a daddy or a friend or a teacher. If someone's touching you and it kind of feels icky and it feels uncomfortable, or even if you're not sure, then you're to come to mommy or you're to come to daddy or a trusted adult, and you let them know. And good touch, bad touch, it's helpful to talk about what parts on your body are okay to touch. So sometimes I like to use the example of, with girls, wherever the bathing suit covers. So if it's a bikini and the bathing suit covers that, then that's a place that's private, and that's a place that only certain people see. And so, and you talk about when you can expose those certain parts. So you can expose them when you're taking a bath. You can expose them when you're in a room with a doctor and another person. So you want to set your child up to know what's appropriate and what's not, and what kinds of things they need to say if they're feeling like something inappropriate happened. And then you also want to address the kinds of things that a perpetrator would say to them, like, I'm going to hurt your mommy if you tell, or I'm going to hurt your daddy if you tell, or I'll give you all of this candy if you don't tell. So prepare them for that, and let them know no matter what the perpetrator says, you can always go to a trusted adult. I think if a child has been molested or has been sexually abused, I think the most important thing that a parent can do is to, again, be calm, and then to empathize, and then try to get some information about what happened. I strongly, strongly recommend working with a professional, because these are really difficult conversations to have. I also recommend reporting the situation and making sure that the child doesn't have any more contact with the person that they've accused of perpetrating them, regardless to who the person is. I think one of the worst things a parent can do is to question or doubt the child in a way that's sort of accusatory and really, really harsh, because that's setting up a situation where the child has come to you with this really sensitive topic, and they're feeling like they're set up so that it can't happen anymore, meaning they can't come to you with something important because you're going to blame them or think it's their fault. And so, again, really working with a professional is really important, because when a child has been abused, it becomes a really tricky and emotional issue for the child, but it's also tricky and emotional for the parent. I think looking out for sort of the signs are really important. So, major change in eating habits, major change in sleeping habits. A child who's potty trained goes back to wetting himself or wetting the bed. Irritability, those kinds of things don't necessarily mean that there's some sexual abuse, but if you notice big changes, those are kind of the things to look out for.